Okay, here we are starting the next project. They will render these walls inside and out. So here's day one. It should take about 3 or 4 days. There's 2 guys there and 2 here, and they're well on their way. Okay, let's see what the day brings. Okay, so this is where we're at right now. And what you have is you have a first rough coat, and then it stands for so long. You have to touch it and see how dry it is. And then you do the leveling and smoothing of this thing. Then you go back with a sponge and do the final surface, from what I remember. And over here they're working on this 13-meter section and that first column. I think what they're going to do is they're going to do all of the inside first, I would imagine, because both crews are working on the inside. So okay, we'll see. Okay, things are moving along. You can see pretty smooth. I'm working it with some water. And then over there, he's doing the rough portion of it. And here he is, they're working on the other side. Just moving along. Okay. This whole section here is done. They've made it down to this section here. So right now they've got right around 10 meters, 11 meters to the corner. Now it looks like they're only doing the bottom part. I don't know about the top. I need to ask about that. Okay, this side is done. The corner column is done. They just need to cut that rebar up there and match the corners to that property marker in the center. They've got the rough inside on this thing here. They're working on the final smooth face of it. This column is done. Very nice. And like I said before, all they need to do is cut that and then match those corners to that center. Match the corner to that center property marker and make it like a little dome. Very nice. Very nice. Come along, very nice. Okay, so this is the end of the day. This is done on both sides. The column is done except for the top. This is only done here. And tomorrow they will continue. And here, the whole bottom is done. All the way down to the other fence. This top section here will be done when the walls are put in to make these little rooms here. So they will have to drill into those columns, put some rebar coming up, so when they join the walls, they will render this top section all the way around, and the walls that are put in and all that stuff all at the same time. The other thing that's going to have to happen is up here on top, since it will have an angled roof, they will have to put additional block up here. Now originally we had thought about making a roof like this, and then we had thought about putting the roof up this way, but the contractor pointed out that it's okay, we could do whatever we want, but it might look a little odd because what appears to be the front of the building will be facing out this way, but if we put the roof this way, the building will look like it's facing in the right direction. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the roof from here angled up this way, and when they do that, they're gonna have to fill this in with some block. Okay, see what happens tomorrow. Okay, here we are on day 2. They're starting on that back fence. On this side, they're starting on this side of the fence. They finished this side yesterday, and they just removed the gate so they can get to the back side of that, and also do the column, etc., etc. Okay, let's see what happens today. Well, here they are. They're moving pretty good with their rough coat. These guys are here. Here's the corner. And these guys are over here. So we're looking at what? 18 meters. So they're working on the 18-meter mark out of 40 meters, so they're moving right along. These guys over here, they have about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, about 14. These guys over here are about the 14-meter mark out of 32. So they should have this inside section done today. On a note, we only had 8 or 9 bags left from yesterday. We've got some on order to deliver tomorrow, which is Monday, but unfortunately they don't deliver today, so they've got 4 more bags and that's it. So maybe they have enough to get them through. Now the other thing is if you look at this little edge here going all the way around on both sides, you can actually take and form a very straight edge with I guess they use the same rendering stuff except with no sand or something, and it forms a very, very straight edge. And then when they let it dry, and then when they come in for the rendering, you have a perfect edge. but they charge you by the meter, and this section back here is just for chickens and things, you know. So I decided just do it like it is. The edge will be a little wavy, but the chickens and the rabbits don't care. I think it'll be okay. But I wanted the rendering to protect the cement. After it dries for some time, I'll primer this and paint all this block, all this rendering that was done, so it protects it from all the rain and flooding from the rice fields and what have you. It'll make the cement and the block last a lot longer. Otherwise, you end up with something like this. And I don't understand why, you know, people don't want to finish these walls out and protect them. Well, I imagine it's a money issue, but and to each his own, you know. But me, if I would have to do a meter here and a meter there, I would do it until it's all done. But I'll take care of mine and they can take care of theirs. Okay, here we are. They've gone ahead and finished this thing all the way around. All the way around. And then this gate here had a little bit of a warp on the bottom, so they're gonna correct that. This is very, very nice. They've already started on the outside, so we'll see what happens.
Firework.
Okay, they're cutting off the wait.
Firework.
They're cutting off the rebarb that was up there.
Firework. And he just sits like that.
Yeah. Wait.
Quay co.
Yeah, that pop got him. All right. Okay, so here's the end of the day. The rendering is done all the way around to the corner. So now we have rendering on all of the inside. This 13-meter section is done on both sides. The columns are done. The gate is back up. The gate is centered all the way up. Closes very nicely. But I think I'm going to put another one of these down here at the bottom, because it is a very tall gate. It is a very big gate. So I think I'm going to add one more just to give it stability in the bottom. But things are going along very good. Tomorrow is another day. Oh, one more thing. At a later date, what will happen, at least that's my plan right now, is from here, well, actually probably from this metal thing here, I'm going to add some block all the way down there to the end of the cement, and bring it up so that it is probably even with this somewhere in here. And what that will do is it'll keep all the dirt and stuff out of this rail, and I think that'll work out nicely. Okay, here we are on day 3 of rendering. I guess the plan changed because they're going to do the inside of both of these walls. And to me it would make sense, because from what I understand, see, the problem is translation. I don't speak Thai and they don't speak English, but from what I gather and what I understand, they will render this thing inside and out, and then they will go and do some work in the rice fields and what have you. And then at a later time, I guess, they will come and work on the block for these things, for the chicken coop. But we'll see. Let's check it out, see what happens. Every day is a new day, and every day is a surprise. Okay, so they've put the rough coat on this. They're working on this. And they put the rough coat in there. Very good, very good. Very good. Okay, moving on right along. The rough coat has been put in, and now they're smoothing that thing out there and there. Now the little columns there, I guess they're gonna do the same thing. I don't know. We'll see when they do it. Okay. Doing the column. Ron, mak. Doing the columns. Ron mak. And this is done. Same thing over here. That's done. They're smoothing out the columns. You can see that corner one there, the last one is done. I don't know if they're going to do the top or not until after they do the roof. Don't know. Find out later, I guess. And here they are. They're starting on the outside now, which is a good thing. Okay, he's putting the final touches on these columns here, and he'll be done. That one there is done. And these guys here are doing the rough coat all the way to here, and here he is doing the finishing coat. So today they should have this wall there all the way up to this corner, and according to what they said, they need about 2 more days and they will finish rendering these walls 100%. So today is Monday. Hopefully by Wednesday they'll be done, and then they'll go out and take care of some business, and then we'll see when we'll start making these little rooms here. here I'm going to put some rabbits. On this other end here, I'm going to make a storage so I can keep the feed and what have you. Here is a little courtyard for hanging out when it's raining or whenever they want, I guess. And then here it'll be a chicken coop. It'll be 6 by 10, and I'm going to divide it into 2. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so here's the end of the day. They finished this wall. They finished this wall. They finished this wall. And they finished this wall all the way about 2 meters past that second 4x4. So it's moving along. So according to them, 2 days. We'll check it out and see. Okay, so here we are again, day number 4. It looks like they're going to pass the cement over the wall or something. They're setting up the scaffolding. There goes the sand. Oh, I see. He's carrying the cement over there. And what they're going to do is pass the sand over and do the mixing on the other side. Okay. One way or another, they have to pass something. So there goes the sand. He's dumping it over. Hopefully he's hitting the basket. And not just throwing stuff everywhere. Okay, so today they will continue. Yesterday they left about right here. They were up to that point. So we're looking at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 12 meters from the corner. And then of course they will continue on down this way. Now if they do what they did on this inside, they will do the bottom all the way down to this end down here, and then they will go back to do the little walls there. But who knows, the plan changes and the plan becomes whatever gets done. So I really don't care as long as it all gets done and it's done properly. Okay, we'll see what today brings. Okay, well, let's move along. They've got the rough coat from this point here all the way to the corner and around to about that blue barrel right there. They're getting ready to mix some more cement on the other side. I'm looking at this and I wonder how big of a disaster it's going to be when they drop that bag, or what they're going to do. Over here he's wetting the wall so that it adheres to the block. Okay, so they're now reaching this corner. There he is mixing up some more rendering cement. And as you can see, they've already put water on this wall coming this way. So that's exciting because today they should be able to get all this little thing here, if not at least half, I would say. And then all they need is the outside of those walls. So if this goes on, they should be able to finish tomorrow. We'll see. And there's that character waking up from a nap, going back to the nap. Okay, there it is. There it is. Made it around the corner, put it in that rough coat. So I would say that today they might actually make it to this pole here, which is 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. About 25, 26 meters from the corner, which is a little bit over half. But we'll see. Because if they can make it to here, then tomorrow they finish this, they do the outside of the walls, and they're set. Done. Okay, time will tell. Let's check it out. Okay, so right now what they're doing is they're putting the cement into a bucket, passing it over the fence. The sand is just being thrown through the chain link into the tub. But I guess they're only going to mix a little bit because it is after 4 already. Okay, here we are, the end of the day. They finished this side over here. This is the back side, looking the other way. And they started on this side here. And there's the property marker embedded into the wall. Hopefully they won't render it in. So tomorrow they'll come and do these little walls, what's left of this little wall over here. So this between here and the house. So tomorrow they'll come and finish this little wall from that point there to the house wall, and those 3 small walls there. And according to them, they'll be able to finish it tomorrow. So let's see. The other thing that they're gonna do for us is, this is where the wall was cut. They will render this, put some rendering in there, and they'll render this side here. Also, they will fill this thing in and render it. That's where the electric goes into that room there to put a sub panel for this point here where all the wires will meet. Okay, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay, according to the dream I had last night, this is the 5th and final day. All they need to do is do the back side of those 3 walls there, and this section here, from here all the way to this fence here. Now, I know it sounds like very little, however, it's very time consuming to do those columns there. And if I had opted to do the edges, it would have taken a lot more time and definitely a lot more money. But a little wavy is okay. Now, if they really wanted to, they could make them, you know, probably 95, 98% straight, but they're not. They're just following whatever contour is. Because what you have to do if you don't make those edges, you actually have to build up the layer, because you can't just put a whole bunch of it in there. It'll crack. So you actually have to do a little bit of building, and that's very time consuming, and they're not in the business of doing favors. So yeah, so a little wavy is okay. I'm okay with that, even though, you know, I'm a little OCD when it comes to level and being straight and what have you. Most people would have left this fence just as it is, but to me it's not complete, it's not protected. I think that putting in the extra money, the extra effort, it'll make this fence last a lot longer. Plus, hey, you're hitting me. Wait, Dioji. There's this character. Playing with my shoe. But it's okay though, because I give it to him. It's already worn out. It's worn out and time to throw it out, so he can play with it for a while. As you can see, the bottom of the sole here is just really all worn out. But it's okay. It's like a free toy. Extend the use and the life of the shoe. So anyway, today should be it. They should finish it, and then they will be gone for a few days. I don't know how long. I don't know. They haven't told me. Their plan is made up as it happens, so I really don't know. Either way, it should be done today, and they'll come back when they come back, and then they will start building that chicken coop and rabbit hutch over there. And what I will do is, while they're gone, I will make sure that the material is here, because if you want it delivered now, you normally have to pay a little bit more than double the delivery charge, or you wait the 3 to 5 days, which is kind of ridiculous, but that's what it takes for some of these deliveries. We'll see. Okay, let's say 2 people are working the backside of this. Hey, and 3 people are working this wall here, getting it done. In case you're wondering what that noise is, this character here likes to play with empty bottles. Doesn't matter what kind of bottle it is, as long as it makes the noise. Okay, well, the 3 walls are done. All they need to do is the little columns. I haven't been on the other side because you have to walk on this little ledge all the way around. But I think this wall here is done. They're working on the back of this and also on this side one here. And here, as you can see, they've put in the rough coat, and now they're going ahead of this thing, knocking down any cement, leveling between that seam there and the bottom blocks before they come and put the rough coat on top of that. This way that patch will start adhering and drying before the rough patch comes in, but not dry enough where you'll have two separate layers. It's just that that patch will be adhering to the block, and when you put that rough coat on, it won't become so heavy that it falls off. But as you can see, they're here and they've got about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, about 14 meters of rough coat, and then all they need to do is the final coat, plus right here on this little ledge there, they need to put an angle to match the one on the other side, and that's it. Right now it's about 2 o'clock, so if they're going to be done by 5, they've got 3 hours, and I think they can manage it. If not, I'm pretty sure they will stay till 6 or whatever it takes, so that tomorrow they can go take care of their business in the rice field or whatever. Okay, so here we are coming to the end. The rough coat has all been put in. Or just about anyway. The final smoothing has been done all the way to here. Back here, he's putting in the cement on the top ledge. Well, it won't be long and this thing will be done. Now, what I'm thinking is, after this rendering has dried for a while, I will put in some primer. It's a primer sealant for cement, and then I will paint it, and then after the rice has been harvested and the fields are dry and there's no more rice and everything, then we'll see about picking up this dirt and sealing this down here. As you can see, there's the column going down, but this has settled some, and I was after these guys to pick up a lot of that dirt before it was flooded, but they never got around to it. And actually I think it was a good thing, because they can render this thing all the way down to the bottom, and then when I do pick it up, it'll be sealed and painted, so I guess that's a good thing. Okay, so this ends where the fence was cut. It's gonna be rendered so it doesn't look like somebody chopped something up. And this thing right here, where the 4x4 was put into the wall, will also be filled up and blended in. Very good. And this is what it looks like now. Now here, I know this is not important to a certain extent, but if you look at this cement, and you look at this cement here, it's two different contractors that did it. And this here is really bad. I don't know what happened there, but it's, you could almost take it out with a piece of, with a nail or something. It's just very, very soft. So here's the rough coat. Here's the rough coat. And then it'll be smooth and it'll all blend in. Okay, so there's that hole where the conduit went through. It's been fixed. Very good. Okay, so this is the end of the day. And all the outside walls are done. Here we are at the corner, looking back that way. Looking back this way. And here's the little walls. Both of them done. Looking back towards the other corner. The fence was rendered and is complete. And I just wanted to show you, we were 2 days ahead of the flooding of the fields. This is underwater here, but if you look, you can see the cracking of the ground. So everything was dry and it was time to flood the fields. And we just happened to come in 2 days before that. So that's fantastic. Now what I have to see is how much of this dampness goes into the block. And right now, of course, time will tell. But if you can see, there's the dampness level. It's dry on top and only a little bit on the bottom. So hopefully this is high enough to keep that moisture under all the block and keep it dry, because I do want to paint this thing to protect it from the moisture of flooding the rice fields. So time will tell, and hopefully it will not affect that wall. The block will stay dry and continue to dry, because when you paint, you have to have a dry wall, otherwise long term the paint will bubble and peel. And like I said before, after the rice harvest, when the fields are dry again, then I can have someone come in and push that dirt back up there with a front blade or an excavator or something, I don't know, but build that walkway up all the way around. It's unfortunate, but these contractors, they basically ignore what you tell them. They do what they do, and I was after them, and they say tomorrow, 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 and then they leave and they go, your problem. But what are you gonna do? That's how it is, and it is what it is. So it's my problem. I have to find a solution, and I will do what I need to do to make this last a long time, because regardless of whatever contractor, whatever they decide to do or not do, it's not their problem. They're just going to walk away And if the fence falls down, the blocks get moldy, whatever, that's your problem. So all things aside, I have to do what I have to do to protect this fence. So there you are. All things said, I am just simply happy that this was done before the first flooding of the field, and then I'm glad the rendering was done before the second flooding of the field. So there you go. All right, see you guys. Watching.
ขอบคุณเจ้า
See you next time.
แล้วปะกันแฮมไมนะเจ้า
See you.
บ๊ายบาย